Okay. I know I don't usually do streams, but I'm gonna do one today. So let me go into my YouTube channel and see if actually I'm streaming. Yeah, because I don't even know. But in case you guys are out there and I'm streaming, then let me know. Um, yeah, I think I keep pulling up on the wrong window. Let's see if this is the right guy. Okay, if I click on this one, yeah, that's the right window there. But I want to see. Okay, so I think I must be live, right? Yeah. So yeah, I don't usually do a live, but today I decided that I'm going to do one. I'm going to actually do a live, um, and address a few things. Uh, I'm finally convinced. I'm finally convinced that there is an agenda against Arsenal. There's no way to there's no other way to look at it. There's no other way to say it. No other way to There's no mincing the words, or trying to you know sugarcoat it or cover it, or give it a good name. It is what it is, and this is specifically about set pieces. This particular agenda that I want to debunk is about set pieces, and it is sad that this is what we want to turn the beautiful game of football to. Because when other teams do it, it's okay, but when Arsenal does it, it's a problem. I want to give a big shout out to Hand of Arsenal. This is the Twitter account where I saw all the reposts that he made. I think this guy, or whoever this group of people are, I don't know them personally, but I do know that they're Arsenal fans, and yeah, I will support Arsenal fans wherever they are, whoever they are in the world. They're my people because I'm an Arsenal fan too. But let's get right into it. As recently as of October 22nd this year, who scored posted Liverpool have scored the most set pieces for more than any other team in the Champions League this season. Just look at how it's been phrased, look at how it's been worded. It's been worded okay. They're not saying, oh, Liverpool are set piece kings, Liverpool are set piece this or that. They're not shitting on it. They're not messing around it. They're not saying, oh, Liverpool has done, this is bad. Liverpool is only doing set pieces. They're not doing any one of those things, right? Well, let's just carry on. Okay, so but I mean, of course, Hand of Arsenal will post other Arsenal news. But um, in March 16, 2029, Liverpool FC, this is the original Liverpool account with 24.8 million followers as of today. But back then, maybe not as much, but maybe something similar. I don't know. In the last few games, we've scored quite a lot with set pieces. And Virgil is a happy man because he scored a few. So the official Liverpool account, right, is talking about how they're scoring a lot of set pieces, and they're happy about it. I don't see the media shitting on this at the time. I don't see the media calling this out. I don't see any news articles or any fan channels actually saying, "Oh, it's not sustainable." It's not sustainable. When Liverpool was doing it, right? If I'm not mistaken, this is Liverpool doing it against an Arsenal team here in this video. When Liverpool were doing it, it was sustainable. It was okay. All right, let's look at Optedro, November 30th, 2019. He says, since the start of last season, which is 2018 season, Liverpool have scored 40 Premier League goals via set pieces, including penalties, the most of any side in this period. Threat. They wrote the word threat. Like that's a threat. It's a tool to have. But Arsenal is doing it now. Oh, it's not sustainable. You people are Stoke 2.0. It's so disingenuous that when they were doing it and it was a good thing, we could talk about football about it and be like, man, that's a threat. It's a tool to have because that's what it is. But when Arsenal does it, you have to speak through the megaphone of banter, which just is so silly, right? Just ridiculous. But let's carry on. Empire of Cup. That's another, I believe, Liverpool account, official X account for the Liverpool fans by Liverpool fans, best Premier League club content creator 2023. So this is a big account with 1.9 million followers, as you can see. They posted this: another attacking weapon can't hurt. In truth, we should threaten more from set plays more often. Another attacking weapon cannot hurt. You see that? It's called an attacking weapon when they do it. It's called a threat when they do it. It's called a tool when they do it. For the longest, I never wanted to believe there was an agenda against any club. I wanted to believe that people just, like when I mean agenda, I mean like the media sets up. We're going to get to the media guys, press guys. I never wanted to believe that they just really actually singled out a team to write a narrative to change the perception of people against that team, even when it affects the game itself. Because now I have decided that any team that plays set pieces or scores it, I'm going to start to shit on it. That's what we need to start doing. Okay. Redman TV. This was 2024 June 13. It says this is why Liverpool need a set piece coach. Redman TV is another big account with 713,000 followers, as you can see. So these are not like small accounts that are speaking up about this, and they're saying good things, and I agree with them. This is a threat. This is a weapon. They're right. They're not here shitting on it. They're not here cursing it out. They're not here making mockery of it. They're not here saying things like, oh, it's not sustainable. They're not here carrying these rumors. These same big Liverpool accounts today that are saying it's not sustainable for Arsenal, but it was sustainable for you when you were doing it, scoring 40 set pieces. Okay, let's go. June 30th, 2020. Liverpool have tied throwing coach Thomas Gunmark to a new contract for 2020-2021. They even had a throw-in coach. The same throw-in and the same set pieces that they want to mark today. The same throw-in and same set pieces that they want to call out against Arsenal today. The same throw-in and set pieces like, well, you guys you can't score from open play. You guys have a throwing coach, which is a good thing. You're trying to find those fine margins to be better than the other team. You bring in a throwing coach, you bring in a set piece coach, you practice them, you get good at them. When the opportunities come, you take them, you score your goals, and you move on. But no, when another team does it, especially when Arsenal does it, that's when you all want to sit down and start talking a lot of crap. But let's carry on. We'll carry on with this. The Scout. Set piece kings on track to save Liverpool's fortune. All right, okay, all right. This is LFC Online. LFC Online has 500,000 followers, right? 500,000 followers. LFC Online. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing? Ray, I'm good. Thanks for dropping in, bro. Thanks for dropping in. Just, give the video a like if you can. 1 like is good enough. 2, 3, 4. I normally don't do lives, but when I saw this on Twitter, and I don't usually go on Twitter, but when I did see this, when I went on Twitter this morning, I was like, I have to do a live video about this because I agree with everything that these guys are saying here, which is set piece is a threat. It can save you in games. It's the fine margins. Nobody's saying depend on them 100%. But then when Arsenal does it, they want to shit on it. They want to call it all kinds of things. But yeah, let's carry on. LFC Online, November 23, 2019 says set piece supremacy leads Liverpool to historic Premier League start after a Palace win. Great. Oh, set piece supremacy. The language, the wording is correct. It's correct. But now it is not sustainable when it's Arsenal doing it. It's not sustainable when it's Arsenal doing it. Anything Liverpool. This account is also a big account with 317,000 followers, 771.6 thousand followers. This simply means this person has well over 250,000 followers on Twitter. And so when they post something, it also makes sense. They said set piece king in 2017 for Liverpool. Liverpool to score more from set piece tonight. Heard it first here. This was August 15, 2017. LFC photo says set piece plans devised by new LFC manager Brendan Rodgers for Swansea's game against LFC last season. So you're telling me that Brendan Rodgers, as far back as that, had a set piece plan against teams like Swansea or clubs that they needed to play against, and this was cool. Like nobody was shitting on this. Because this is how football should be. You should look at all the nitty-gritty, look at all the details, look at where you can strengthen yourself, whether it's through set pieces, through long throw-ins, through corner kicks, through free kicks, through open play goals, through penalties. Like all of these things are things that you need to work on. The different phases of the game, in your defense, your midfield, your offense. You need to work on every single aspect of it. You also need to work on the mentality and discipline of the players to not get cards unnecessarily. These are all the different aspects. But the minute Arsenal is doing it correctly, we have to then banter it and shit on it, which is why I call it an agenda. And the reason I call it an agenda is because not only are rival fans doing it, if rival fans do it, I'll call it banter. I don't care. But when media personalities, journalists, people who are supposed to be writing about the sport intentionally are switching, spinning around like a barber's chair. 1 minute saying this when it's Liverpool's turn, but when it's Arsenal, the next minute shitting on it. And we're going to get to that guy. We're going to get to him. Anfield Agenda says, we're the master of set piece, November 21, 2017. These are all big accounts, and I respect what they're saying here. They are saying the right thing. If you're set piece king, you're set piece king. call it what it is. If you're good at it, call it what it is. If your team is improving on it, call it what it is. But not to sit there and shit on it. But let's carry on. The Anfield talk. This was August 12, 2016. So as far back as 2016. Why Liverpool FC need a set piece specialist? Adam, they need you need a set piece specialist? So here we are with Mikel Arteta finding out that Declan Rice can become a set piece specialist, and everybody wants to shit on it. Declan is such a terrible midfielder. He's only good at delivering corners. That's what I've been hearing now. That's the new agenda. It is so disingenuous, right? Our new set piece routine, I might actually enjoy corners now. This is 2024. This is coming from Samuel, right? It's a Liverpool fan with over 389,000 followers, right? 389,000. He's following only 704 people. That's amazing. I respect the work that you've done and how you built your little community. But then here we are. When you say it this way, this is the correct way to address it. And I would address Liverpool like this. If Liverpool is taking set pieces and scoring them, I would be like, yeah, these guys are good at set pieces. Jamie O'Hara, who remembers Jamie O'Hara very well? Anyone realize yet what I said about set pieces being so important in the current situation? 3 games, 3 set piece goals, one which was a goal but weren't a goal. Fitness levels down, so players can't have that extra piece of magic. Set piece wins games. Hashtag. Jamie O'Hara says set piece wins games. But if you speak to Jamie O'Hara today about Arsenal and set piece, oh, they're killing the game. It's such a boring thing. Oh, it's not sustainable. These guys are clowns. These guys are clowns. How am I not supposed to now sit here and say it's an agenda? How am I now supposed to be able to sit here and not say that this is an agenda? It is an agenda. Because you're clowning around when you do that. You're basically clowning around. It says here, in February 23, 2022, the Premier League says Liverpool have scored the most goals from set pieces in the PL this season, 14, while Leeds have shipped the second most with 12. Adrian Clark believes that Virgil van Dijk will be especially dangerous from dead ball situations. Oh, and they even have like the Virgil van Dijk, heading the ball in. Amazing. This is what we should be celebrating, every aspect of the game like this. When teams do it and they're doing it well, you should be celebrating it the same way you're celebrating Virgil van Dijk right now. Same way you should be celebrating Stoke. The same way you should be celebrating Arsenal and any other team that is good at it. The same way you should be celebrating Chelsea, who have the second most set piece goals this season already. Like, they're also doing it. And I would not shit on it, But here you are with big accounts, people who, you expect. Jamie O'Sullivan, here. 44,000 followers, Liverpool fan. He says, I'm going with the 2-1, a late winner from DVD from a set piece. Fair enough. If that happens, I'll take it. Sean says, Sean is another account. He's 85,000 followers. I'm not a jogging club merchant, but sponsored by RainbowBet.com. Sean comes out and Sean says, this was in 2022. Hopefully, Virgil van Dijk can score around 5 this season. Nunes being in the box from corners should give him more space. See that? Like, teams spoke positively about being able to take corner kicks and their players being able to score it now. LFC transfer room, yeah. Slot on set pieces. Set pieces is something every team takes very seriously. We have great delivery, tall players, and we're trying to get the best out of that. The set piece can make a big difference. Can make a big difference late in a close game, and he's right. And here was Jurgen Klopp.
Good game, actually game we wanted to play. A really good defensive performance in a new structure. Offensively created an awful lot without using. Rangers goalie, a couple of really nice saves, and we missed some others, but liked it a lot. 2 goals we scored were really nice, like one's penalty, but the move from Lucho for the pen was really good. We played good in these areas, and the free kick from Trent was outstanding. And say it now to all the others, I can say it here again, set piece goals are actually my favorite goals because you don't have to wait for
Say that again. Set piece goals are actually your what? Jurgen Klopp, say it again.
Say it now to all the others, I can say it here again. Set piece goals are actually my favorite goals because you don't have to wait.
Jurgen Klopp says set piece goals are actually my favorite goals because you don't even have to wait for, VR or anything. You can just celebrate it because the set piece goal done. And here we are now trying to shit on set piece goals. One of the greatest managers, Jurgen Klopp. I respect the man. I respect what he's done. I respect who he is. And he's being honest here. He's telling the truth, right? But suddenly, once Arsenal starts to do it, it becomes a problem. Let's demonize it and let's make it negative, right? Up to Joe, April 16, 2022, Liverpool have scored 19 goals from corners in all competitions this season, the most of any Premier League side, with Ibrahim Konate scoring the last 3 of these in each of the last 3 appearances. Specialist. They called them specialists. They called Konate specialist. They called the team a specialist when they did it, right? But when it's Arsenal, it's not sustainable. You see how the language changes. How am I not supposed to call this an agenda? I need somebody to come and debunk me and explain to me why I should not be able to look at all of this. I've been running through this all through now. These are tweets from 2016 up until 2024, right? In 2024, Jakob, who's also I believe, probably a fan of Liverpool because he's tweeting this, and says Slot needs to invest in a set piece nerd and buy all tall players. I'm serious. Set pieces when your general play isn't the best is life changing. Find margins that save you in games like this. People have been talking about this for time, and Arsenal was working on it. And now that we've perfected it to a certain extent, let's change the narrative and let's call it a bad thing. Because let me tell you what they're trying to do right now. I'm going to say it. When Arsenal wins the league this season, because we are on track the way we're looking, like we have everything that it takes to be able to go ahead and win this league this season. When we win the league this season, the narrative will be that we won it with set pieces, and they're going to try to shit on it. They're going to say you hadn't won it for 21 years, and when you won it, you had to win it like Stoke 2.0. This is what the narrative is going to be at the end of the season. Mark my words. Hence why I'm calling it out right now, 9 games into the season. Because when other teams were doing it, it was being hailed. So now let's come and look at the media, right? I like the way Hand of Arsenal put it here. He says, you're not safe either. Dishonest discourse. Make your mind up, or does it depend on the club? I think it depends on the club. So let's go back to what this guy is saying right here about Arsenal. So here he says, let me pull this down again. I got to make this slightly smaller. If you guys just pardon me for a second, let me pull this. I just, it's such a crazy thing for them to say, such a crazy thing. But it is what they're doing. It is what they're saying. It is their agenda. They have to do it. It's ESPN. It's the likes of them. It's these guys. It's these guys. And that's the honest truth. They're the ones. It's these people. And I'm not going to lie, sometimes it's frustrating, This guy here says, his name is, let me pull this up properly. Just give me a second. I just need to resize some of these things here and put them, because, I just need to resize them. And we go studio mode. Is my face my face is still getting cut off, so I need to move a little bit this way. All right, cool. So here we are. Another disingenuous, Brian O'Halloran, who writes for ESPN at the time. How set pieces are ruining Premier League and helping Arsenal. Ruining the Premier League. Like, how set pieces are ruining. Look at the language being used when Arsenal is doing it. But same guy, Brian O'Halloran, in 2018-2019, the secret to Liverpool's success in 2018-2019, why being good at set pieces can win you trophies. Do you see the language? Right? In July 24th of 2019 at 3 p.m., this knucklehead wrote that the secret to Liverpool's success, is why being good at set pieces can win you trophies. But this same blockhead, let me show you. This same guy, when it came to Arsenal, this is what he said. How set pieces are ruining the Premier League and helping Arsenal. October 21, 2025. Same picture, same guy, same glasses, just same knucklehead press. Just, and then the question, like the headline is our set plays ruining the Premier League. But it wasn't ruining the Premier League when Liverpool did it. It wasn't, and it should not. And it should be celebrated. Liverpool should be celebrated when they were doing it. I'm okay to say Liverpool should be celebrated when they were doing it because they were doing it well. And we should be celebrated when we're doing it. And if you don't want to celebrate us, but don't change the narrative And don't start creating agendas, because I know where this is headed. I want Arsenal fans to hear me clearly, man. When we do win the Premier League this season, this is going to be the big headline. You are going to hear it from all of them. They're going to start talking about how, oh, you wanted only scoring more set pieces. If you didn't score set pieces at the beginning of the season, you would not have won the league. That's going to be the narrative. Going to be the narrative. It's just sad, and this is why I call this an agenda now. When you have the ESPNs and the news themselves, actually from the same source, same person, saying two different things, suddenly about the same issue, because there's two different clubs involved. Right? Anfield agenda. Big dirty shed house scrappy goal from a corner in the 92nd minute would be great. Yes. Yes. Who wouldn't want that? This is Anfield. Says, Liverpool appoints set piece coach and Brazilian joins Arne Slot staff. Amazing. Every team needs one. Every team needs one. Nobody cares if you just be good at it. Liverpool FC, right? 2022. We feel like we're dangerous in every set piece, especially corners, and it was our responsibility to convert one. Luckily, the one and only by Joel Matip did it. Celebrating their players. And the media will celebrate this with them and call it a good thing. But the minute Gabriel does it, the minute Arsenal does it, the minute Nicolas Jover gets to the sideline and is telling players what to do and is raising his hand and saying, go, you move here, you move there, all of a sudden people are talking. Go look at what the press is saying. Well, why is Nicolas Jover standing on the sideline? Who is this Nicolas Jover guy? Why is Arteta allowing somebody else to come and stand in the technical area? Oh, are they going to build the statue for Nicolas Jover? Oh, this is not sustainable. Oh, yeah, it's ruining the Premier League. You guys are not playing football. Your goals are coming from set pieces. You can't even score from open play. You will see channels like Sky News actually put up open play goals and set piece goals and do the table in that order, and not in the order that it is, like the team with the most points. Suddenly it's about the set piece goals. Suddenly it's about the open play goals. Suddenly it's about, okay, who is able to score open play goals. That's not what football has always been about. It's about who's able to win the game at the end of the day. Whether you enjoy the game or not, that's not the Arsenal's job. It's not our job to come out here and entertain you. No, it's not our job. I don't want to be entertained anymore. I want 3 points. But let's carry on. This is Liverpool FC, December 1st, 2019. The Reds have now scored 40 times from set pieces in the Premier League since the start of last season, which means at the start of 2018 season, the best tally of any team in the division. Bad, nice. I like it. I like it. This is how you celebrate parts of football when the team is good at it, but not the way it's been done now. The way it's been done now, it's very, very clear. It's very, very, very clear what they're doing. Here, professional journalist Ian Doyle, right, is also now lying. This is another thing that they're doing. They lie. They make up stories. They make up agendas, and they push those agendas. And then, of course, I just feel like blockhead fans, and I'm talking about Arsenal fans, blockhead ones, and then rival fans that I think totally, would always want to banter, would take those lies, those stories, and try to normalize it and use it in conversations, and then use it to try to bring down whatever it is that Arsenal is doing. This guy says Arteta revealed that 10 years ago, he started to think about the importance of set-piece goals in football, and he was not convinced that goals would dry up from set pieces. What Mikel Arteta said, let's read it. He says, I don't see football like open play and set pieces. I see the game in a different way. We have given that part of the game the importance it deserves. We have to maximize things, and we have to be effective. At no point did he say he, was, thinking about this in the 80s or, whatever it is. These guys just make things up. They just make things up, and it gets a little frustrating sometimes, You look at it and you're just like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? You're ruining the game. You're ruining the game of football with all of this type of narratives. You're ruining the game. You are ruining the enjoyment of the game, And then this is to the Arsenal fans who are the so-called oh yeah, we have standards. You don't have no standards if you can't back your team and see through the fog and see through the mug. A lot of you are swallowing up all this nonsense that they're saying here and are repeating the same regurgitating nonsense about your own club, that it's not sustainable, this is not doable, that is not doable. But when other teams were doing it and it was being celebrated, I heard you talk about same people back then saying things like, oh man, Arsenal needs to learn how to take set pieces like Liverpool. Arsenal needs to get better at taking set pieces. Now they work on it, they're good at it, and you still run with the same opposite agenda from the media, which now calls it unsustainable, which now calls it it's ruining the Premier League, which now begins to use open play goal versus set piece goal as a yardstick to judge what a team is doing. A team that has conceded only 3 goals in all 13 games they've played this season actually only considered 1 open play goal. Let me use your own language. Open play goal versus set piece goal. We've only considered 1 open play goal in the Premier League. The other 2 goals that have been scored against us in the Premier League, guess what they were? They were set piece goals. I didn't hear you shit on those teams. I didn't hear you shit on Liverpool when Liverpool has scored the most set pieces in the Champions League so far this season. Again, these are the crazy things that the media does. These are the crazy things that they say. And, you know, I'm just tired of the Arsenal fans, you know, who are the ones who help them push this agenda. We already see that the media wants to lie. We've already seen it here. You know, they would say whatever, they would spin whatever. It's all clear. It's all here. Big shout out to the Hand of Arsenal for this, research that you did. I call it research because you went back as far back as 2016 to pull out tweets. You must have spent a lot of time, and I appreciate that because it makes my own making this live makes it easier for me to just run through these things. And then ESPN and all these guys, Sky Sports and Ryan O'Hanlon or whoever the heck he is, and the way they word things. I want people to be aware of how these words are used, because when you word things this way, when you say something like this, when you say how set pieces are ruining Premier League and helping Arsenal, right? When you say this, but then when it's the other team, what you say is, if it's the other team, you come in here and you say, the secret to Liverpool's success in 2018-19, why being good at set pieces can win you trophies. It just says a lot. It says a lot. It says a lot about what your agenda is. It says a lot about what you're really trying to push. And it's hard for me now not to believe that you all have an agenda against Arsenal. It's hard for me because we're talking about 2 different teams doing the exact same thing at 2 different times, but suddenly when one team does it, it is bad. But when the other team did it, it was celebrated. We can clearly see it here. So this is not me trying to, drum up any type of like, oh, they hate Arsenal. No, the facts are here, and facts don't care. You know what? They don't care about your feelings. This is facts. This is data. This is stuff going far back as 2016. When you see things like Liverpool's manager Brendan Rodgers, his set piece plans against the team, and that's been celebrated back then. People are calling it out and saying this is good stuff, and I agree with them. It is good stuff. It is good that your team should be able to handle every phase of play when football has been played. If it's a throw-in, if it's a corner, if it's a set piece, if it's whatever it is good that your team should be able to handle every phase of play. And I will celebrate any team that is good at that. Hence why at the beginning of the season, when Liverpool fans were saying, oh, they're going to run away with the league, I said on many streams that I was on that my big fear for Liverpool is that they're forward heavy, which means they will score quite a number of goals, but they will concede a lot of goals as well. Just looking at the team objectively, I wasn't even trying to banter them. And it's clear, we've seen it so far. They've conceded a lot of goals. Yes, they have scored a number of goals as well, but they have conceded as well. And that's what is not sustainable. What is sustainable is being able to defend the way Arsenal is defending. What is sustainable is keeping the ball out of your net as much as you can once you have the best defense. What is sustainable is knowing that you will get a goal somehow when teams decide to park the bus. It doesn't make any sense. If a team decides to come and park the bus, right, and they say, oh, we're not going to do anything else, we're just going to come here and we're just going to park the bus and not going to come out to play, right? You tell me what you expect that would happen. That simply means a lot of the corner kicks, a lot of the throw-ins, a lot of the free kicks, a lot of the fouls will be committed in your half. They will be, because you've chosen, right? You've chosen to stay in your camp and just park the bus there. And when you do that, you can't blame the other team for being able to win those kind of throw-ins, those kind of corners. And the other team that you're playing against will be stupid to not go and learn how to use those corner kicks and all those throw-ins. They'll be stupid. I wanted to pull up a data here. This is, let me pull this up real quick. I know I have another background here that is not, I just wanted to show you the ball possession and against a Man City team. Man City, Manchester City, a team that I can say that I respect them because of how good their football is and because of who their manager is, Pep Guardiola, right? You can see the possession here. Possession between Man City and Arsenal was 33% for Man City. They camped. They literally parked the bus. And when this game was over, and if you look at the momentum, if you look at the momentum here, if you look at, so the red is Arsenal, the blue is City, and I'm going as far back as just this game to tell you how disingenuous the media is. The minute this game was done, you know what everybody said? Oh, Arteta is a coward. Oh, we didn't go out and attack Man City. Nonsense. Clearly, somebody was attacking and somebody was defending in this game. Clearly. You know what they wanted to hold on to? Because he started Mikel Merino in midfield. So that was the only reason why Arsenal was not attacking as far as they were concerned. As far as they were concerned. Which again is a lie. Because if you come back here and you look at the first half, just the first half, with Mikel Merino on the pitch, on the first half, we were still 67% ball possession. And total shots for more than City. Right? More accurate passes. Won more corners. But they turned around and tried to change the narrative. Oh, I didn't hear anybody say this last season when we were 10 men and we parked the bus so that we could protect a 2-1 lead against City at the Etihad. I didn't hear anybody. You know what they called us again then with 10 men? Oh, you guys were cowards. You didn't want to play. You park your bus. You blah, blah, blah. I heard City fans celebrate a 2-2 draw like the end of the world. Like, yes, we have done it. Against the 10-man Arsenal at home at the Etihad. They called Arsenal a coward. And then this year when Arsenal is the one pressing them and City is parking the bus and hoping to defend a 1-0 lead, and by the end of the game, Pep Guardiola had brought in all his centre-backs and all his full-backs into that game. And they called it a Pep masterclass, and Arteta was the coward for playing Mikel Merino, who, while in the squad in the first half, we had more ball possession and pressed them more. So yeah, again, this is why it's hard for me to not believe, that it is an agenda. This is why. So I'm just tired now at this point, and I'm going to start calling this out. I'm never going to stop calling this out now. I don't really do a lot of lives, but for this, I'll call it agenda and I'll do lives because it's clearly becoming something that we can see. We play a team like Newcastle that we've struggled against in the last 2 seasons and find a way to win, and they want to change the narrative. We can go far back as any other team we've played this season. Teams that opened up against us, we've seen what happened. Again, I say this to most people, and whether they like to hear it or not, it is the truth. If you park the bus and you park the mega bus and there's no space and there's no Wi-Fi connection and we cannot score, we will score you from a set piece. If you open up and play against us, we will beat you 4-0. Go and ask Atletico Madrid. So pick your poison. Do you want to lose by a set piece 1-0 from Gabriel Magalhaes, or would you like to lose from a 4-0 by 4 different players scoring against you? If you don't want us to play any more set pieces, open up and play against Arsenal this season. If teams feel like, oh, the only way we can score is set pieces, why don't you try coming out from your shape, coming out from your mid block and your low block? Come out and play, and then we'll see what happens. Yo, I really appreciate you, man. Grabo Don, thank you for the subscription, man. Big up, big up, big up. What's up, man? Second Chamber HQ, I appreciate you, man. Thank you guys for jumping in here, man. Oh no, I can't. So right now I can't super chat. Get super chats. I need to get to 1,000 to be monetized. So I'm still at less than 500 followers. So if you guys can like the video, share the video, it'll go out to other people. Hopefully they would also subscribe. And maybe when I do get to 1,000, I'll be able to get super chats. But for now, I really appreciate you just being here, man. Because again, I saw this morning and I thought to myself, I would be doing Arsenal an injustice if I don't call this out publicly somewhere. It can't just sit on Twitter, and some people may not see it because not everybody is on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter like that, but some days I just go there just to look for the content, or look at what's going on there. And when I saw all of this, I was like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy that we will celebrate one team doing it, but then try to demonize the other team that is doing it just because we don't like that team, or because we just, yeah, it's not because we don't like. At best, the journalists that are doing this at best are either ignorant, are not good at their job, or at worst, they actually know what they're doing and they're drumming up hatred and agendas against Arsenal. At worst. At best, they're ignorant, they're dumb, they don't know their job. Or they just prefer to do whatever it takes to get the clicks and the likes and the views, which makes them a dishonest journalist, which makes them a dishonest content creator. Because again, as much as I love Arsenal, I love football. And I will not, to the detriment of the sport, football, create an agenda for Arsenal that will ruin football. Because if I ruin football, then Arsenal will be playing ruined football and we're all just never going to enjoy the game again. The game, we need to protect the game of football. But I can do that while I also support my club honestly. I can do that while I also speak honestly about other teams and how they are looking, when they are looking, the way they are looking at the time. So yeah, I'm and it's again I agree with you. We are the most hated team right now. We are, and the thing that really blows my mind is, and I think this annoys some fans when I say, like, to rival fans that I say it to, especially the ones that I know one on one, like that I see in the real world every day. I have friends who are Liverpool fans, and we sit together and we hang out sometimes, and I just say certain things and it upsets them. I say to them things like, for example, I haven't won a major trophy in 21 years, yet you're all hating on me, right? And in 21 years, you all had 4 tournaments every year: the Premier League, the Champions League, the Carabao Cup, and the FA Cup, to win multiple trophies every let's just say 20 years. So 20 times 4 is 80 trophies. You had the chance to win 80 trophies in this period that I have not won anything, right? And this one goes to Chelsea and City fans directly. Mostly, it's them I say this to. You had the chance to win 80 trophies and surpass me, but you still don't have as many trophies as I have. I still have the third most biggest trophy cabinet in all of English football history. The Liverpools, the Manchester Uniteds, respect to you, you have more than I do. But the rest of you have had 80 trophies. You've had the chance to win 80 different trophies to catch up to me and surpass me so that you can talk down to me. But you were unable to. You were unable to. So here, take that, take several seats, sit down at the back, relax. When your big brother will always be your big brother, no matter what you do. I tell people, it's like, if you take $100 bill and you squeeze it, is it still $100 bill? Yes. The value is the value. Arsenal is Arsenal Football Club for a reason. I don't care the slump we've been through. I don't care how many trophies we haven't won in how many years. You had the opportunity to win many trophies, catch up to the amount that I have in my trophy cabinet, surpass me, and you can talk down to me. But you don't even have the capacity to be able to do that over the last 20 years. You've not been able to. So I'm not taking it from any one of them. I can respect the Man U's and the Liverpools because they've also done it. They have more than I do. And I know what people will say. Oh, yeah, but then you want to count all these your trophies from the 1930s. Is Liverpool not counting theirs? Is Manchester United not counting theirs? Why are they above me? Is it not the same periods that they also won their trophies? Right? So let's not do that. This is why I said rewriting the narrative does not work. And I will kick against it as an Arsenal fan because I love the game of football, not because of just the club. Because if the game gets ruined, then it means that my club will have to play football in this type of world. And yeah, that's not what I want. That's not what I want at all. I just want it to be a even playing field, fair game, and let's do it. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much for the subscription, Grable Dawn. I appreciate it. Chima, again, I'll see you guys soon. I'll probably do another live when if I find out anything else that I see. I'll do these lives called agenda and just call out the agendas, because again I sat here and heard many people say, I don't think it's an agenda against Arsenal. I think it's just like, this and that. And I'm just like, no. Now, clearly, with all this research, it's clear that it's an agenda. It's clearly. And I'm going to do some research into the PGMOL and see and compare numbers and data with all the different clubs on all the different penalties that are similar. So, for example, different fouls that are committed just alike, and see the volume by which they choose which club or which, what the data says. And I'm going to do one on that. It's going to take me a while to collate everything, but I will get it together and I'll do it. Thank you guys once again. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.